want to talk about a bid that's being considered, an option being considered by the financial watchdog, that's the Financial Conduct Authority, to ban banks from arranging charges for unarranged bank overdraft. Basically, you go into the red, you haven't arranged it, and they can whop on these massive charges, up to £90 a month even. But they are talking about actually making this illegal. Let's talk to Jasmine Birtles, finance expert at moneymagpie.com. Jasmine, do you think this will ever happen?
Well, it already has with one bank. I think it was about a week ago, Lloyds actually said it was going to ban these. So already you've got one bank doing it. I suspect it's because it's largely owned by us, so it sort of feels it has to. But there's certainly a move from the FCA to at least change the way banks behave, as it were, with their charging structures and the whole way that the current accounts are run, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the trouble is, of course, if they do actually make any, ban any of this, the banks are going to have to make their money somehow. They make a heck of a lot of money out of those overdraft charges, in which case, will they then start charging for those of us who are in the black?
It's quite possible. I think, we are very unusual in this country, having apparently free banking. I say apparently because it isn't for everybody by any means. Most places in the world, they charge. And, when you think the banks are a service, they're businesses.
Yeah.
They have to make a profit. They've got people who need to be paid. It's a service. And we've had, certainly all my lifetime, I've been aware of free banking, and this is what we think is normal, but it's actually not. And in a way, there are strong arguments to say that it would be better, fairer, more transparent, clearer if we just had a monthly fee for our banking, and then you could work out which one you liked, which one offered the best thing, and they didn't have all these extra charges, and you knew where you stood. Of course, people who are sensible at managing their money, who have effectively had free banking, would not like that. But maybe for, in terms of, as I say, fairness and transparency, it might be the way to go forward.
Well, you did. And when you say that virtually every other country they have charges, what sort of amounts are we talking about?
Well, good point, actually. I'm not sure in terms of what it would be in pounds, but certainly America has charges. And in America and quite a few other countries, there's no such thing as an unauthorized overdraft. In many banks.
You simply can't do it.
Yeah, you can't. You get to the cash desk and they go, no, sorry, you haven't got money in your account. End of. So, again, we could ask ourselves, well, would we like that? Or do we want to have the facility to have an unauthorized, basically using the bank's money, not ours, and to be charged through the nose for it? It's a difficult question. And I think, this is, in a sense, why the FCA is they're kind of choosing their words carefully. They're saying, we want to look at the whole way that these accounts are run, because clearly, if you go into an unauthorised overdraft for a day and then you get charged £30,
that means you're overdrawn even more. But at the end of the day,
exactly.
if you're spending money, I had plenty of years when I had unauthorised overdrafts. I've got to be honest with you, Jasmine. My 20s were not good. But the reality is, you are spending someone else's money without their authority. I mean, I think it'd be strange if we didn't expect a punishment for that.
Well, exactly. It is. One has to be fair, because on the one hand, say, well, it's not fair to be charged 30 quid. That really would be much.
Yeah, that would be a deterrent.
Oh yes, I think that would. 30 quid for going overdrawn for a few hours. You say, well, it's not my fault. It's because this bill went out before this cheque went in, and all of that. But as you say, it's not your money. It's a facility that is not available in many other countries. And so therefore, shouldn't we pay for it? There are arguments on both sides, but increasingly, when I listen to these complaints and I think, well, yeah, sure, if you do it for a day, that isn't fair. But honestly, if you keep doing it, you are using somebody else's money. You need to get a grip, and it comes to the point where you need to think, well, this isn't my money. I should be charged for it, and really, I need to manage my money better.
Yeah, Jasmine Birtles, finance expert, talking no nonsense as usual. She's at moneymagpie.com. Jasmine, thank you very much indeed for joining us.